I got our copy of Rurubu Trendy magazine. Double recommendation cards are soaring in popularity. Reiner Knizia says this outfit's the best. Let's open it up and find out.
Hey everybody, I'm Evan.
I'm Missy.
And I'm Grayson.
And today we will be reviewing the small Reiner Knizia designed card game, Trendy. And what better people to review this than the most fashionable people I know. Look at us. We're trendy. All right. Let's go to a quick how to play, and we'll be back with the review. A game of Trendy comes with the following components. A very small box, a rule book that is in Japanese, but thankfully there is a translation on Board Game Geek, and then this single deck of cards. Inside this deck of cards, you will find different suits. There is threes, including a double three and a 3 out. Fours, including a double 4 and a 4 out. Fives, including the double 5 and an out, a 5 out. Sixes, which again, including a double 6 and a 6 out. And sevens, including a double 7 and a 7 out. So, what you do is you shuffle up these cards, and then you would deal 6 to each player. On a player's turn, they look at the cards in their hand, and they play one in front of them. So, let's say they play a 4, and then they proceed to draw a card from the stack of cards. And this goes around the table. Let's say this player here plays a 4. This player here doesn't want to play a 4. They play a double 7. This player here also plays a 4. And then, the way this game works is as soon as the number of cards played matches the number on the cards, a trend is started, and all of the cards of that number score. All other cards would be discarded. So, and then you add these to your score pile, and once this draw deck has run out, if one more trend happens, then the round is over. You play to 100 points. That is basically the entire game. These doubles do not count as double score. They just count as doubles for starting a trend. However, if anyone ever plays the out card of the number, all of those cards that are on the table are discarded. And that is essentially how you play Trendy.
And that's how you play Trendy.
Yeah, so as you can see, it is a very simple card game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not that much to it.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah, so as we do with most of our reviews, we hit a few points that kind of lead the discussion. So the first one we're going to talk about is the theme and the mechanics. How do you feel about the theme and mechanics?
Well, I feel like the theme is pretty great when you're talking about trends and how quickly they come and go, and it's definitely probably better than Whale Riders.
Okay, well, we'll get to that later. So, basically, the mechanics are extremely simple.
Yeah.
You're playing a card from your hand and then drawing another one. Like that. That's all you're doing. Obviously, then you are trying to trigger, the fashion to trend to hit or whatever. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I think the theme is mostly brought in by the art on the cards, which we'll get to in a second, and the players interacting with it. Yeah. Because, as you mentioned, this has had multiple different themes. If you live in America, the current theme available on this card game is the Whale Riders theme, where you were like going to market and buying supplies or something. And I think this has even had another theme, because there's another version called Crazy Race, which I'm not sure. It's somehow a racing game. I don't know. I've never personally seen that one. I've just seen people talk about it. So, Grayson, what do you think?
I also think with the theme being really good, especially with the out cards that make it so that it represents how fashion trends can get canceled so quickly, and also I mean I don't know, the mechanics are really simple, and I think the theme fits really well.
Yeah, but again, I think it's one of those things where it works really well.
It does.
But it also could be anything.
Yeah.
So this is a case where it's integrated perfectly, but it could be anything.
But I know I'll also say that the other themes don't really seem to fit as much, but I don't know, I haven't played it with those
This
themes.
is true. This is true.
Right.
They don't, from the description, it doesn't seem like they'd fit nearly as much.
This one just hits just right. So
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so moving on. What about aesthetics and components?
Well, there's just cards.
Yeah.
So
really just cards.
the components are a little minimal.
And a cute little rule book that's supposed to be a magazine.
I mean, it's not like the cards are bad. Or
No,
No.
it's one deck of cards with a pretty generic back.
Yeah.
But
the art is really good though.
yeah, that's the key, I think, is the aesthetics.
Yeah, for sure. It's very manga art.
Yes, because if we do have the Japanese version of this, there was a German version of this at one point, I believe. Many years ago, with different art. But yeah, so the fun part about the aesthetics is all of the models for each number are the same model, but they're all wearing a different outfit.
Mm-hmm.
So every card
Is unique.
technically has a unique outfit displayed on it.
And that's how models work. They're the same, models, but they wear different outfits.
Yeah, correct. So it doesn't really affect gameplay at all. It's just fun to look at when you
Yeah.
have a hand of cards or they're all on the table. It's because they're all different. So yeah, I think aesthetics and components, aesthetics anyway, are a big win.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we move on to replayability and variability. What do you guys think about that?
It's not the most variable, but
Yeah, I feel like the game is definitely replayable, but
yeah.
there's very little variability, so eventually it probably would get stale.
But I think it's short.
Yes.
So I think
Yeah, so there's still a lot of replayability to it,
because
just not much variability.
because you are you're not playing a predetermined set of rounds either. You're playing to a specific
Point
point
total, yeah.
score. So
Yeah,
usually that is 3 rounds if
Yeah.
you're playing 4 players. I think we've mostly played this at 4 players.
yeah.
Probably.
It's probably 2 to 4, most common 3.
But I think it plays up to 5, correct?
I believe so,
Maybe.
yes.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever actually played it with 5.
If you have 5, it might be a bit much. I don't know.
If you play with a 5-player game, I think the game is going to last quite a bit longer. I mean, not quite a bit longer, maybe 1 extra round. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
But you're talking more rounds to equal
Yes,
your
correct.
points.
Correct.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we haven't tested that, so I'd say from our experience, 4 players is where it's at.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as variability, you're basically doing the same thing every time.
Yeah.
The only variability is
The cards in hand.
the cards in your hand and the cards that the other players are playing, right?
But
So
your rounds, the points in your rounds could swing wildly as well.
That's true.
they can. Well, so I guess that's going to lead us into the length versus the experience.
Yeah, but
We've kind of already touched on that a little bit.
Yeah, but also the points in your round is variable, but that's also depending on how good you are at the game.
Well, I mean, okay. So that could also depend on what you draw to.
Yeah. It's completely luck based. It's what other people draw as well, because if you have a few and you need those other people to play a higher number like 6s to get your other cards down.
So I think you're getting a little bit ahead here. So we kind of talked about the length versus the experience. Basically, it's a short game. I think it provides a punchy experience in a short single deck of cards.
Yes.
It works. It's short, but it's also fun. There's experience in the short amount of time that it offers.
I agree. All right, so then back to strategies, then, which is our next point, is what you were saying. So it's tactical because if you want to play a card that you maybe have a lot of in your hand, but no one else seems to want to play that card.
It's unfortunate.
But it's wise then to try to maybe score something if you are able to, play a card.
But then there's also the out cards, which are a big. That's a big thing. Like, so if something's about to score, but like you don't want that to score because you can't, you could play the out cards to help to like make it so that doesn't score.
But I would say those are pretty few in the deck, so you can't really ever count on that.
There's only one of each.
But it's also funny when you just keep that in your hand the whole game, and and so nobody else has them too.
But also, the main strategy comes from higher and lower numbers.
Yes.
Because so maybe the other people are going for 6s, but maybe you have a double 3 in your hand.
And then we can knock everybody out when I play my 3 as well.
Yeah, and it's always funny when that happens.
It is.
That's a big bulk of the strategy is like, so everyone's playing 7s, but maybe I can play 4s.
Things like that, yeah. And all you want to do is score a number. But if everybody else has 7s and all you have are 3s or whatever, you can get the 3s down before they can get 7s.
Potentially, yes, potentially. It kind of depends on like maybe who started it or how fast people are playing those 7s.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because occasionally maybe you need one more player to place them and you don't have any more in your hand.
Yeah,
that sort of thing. So.
And then it always depends on the card you draw after you play a card as well.
Right.
So.
Yes. Okay. So what about negatives? Do you have any negatives about the game?
it's a little luck based.
Honestly,
Sure.
I don't.
Okay. It can be luck based because it is based on what you draw, but. Yeah, I mean, okay, I get that. I was going to say, since a game is probably going to be about 3 rounds, you probably don't want to play back-to-back games.
That's true.
That's true.
Because you're already playing back-to-back-to-back games.
Like rounds, which is kind of, right.
That's true as well.
Which is kind of a Knizia thing, right? Like, because like Lost Cities does that, and what's the other one? Money does that, where you kind of play a bunch of games and then add the scores together. It's a similar thing going on there. But yeah, other than that, I think it's a pretty good package. And
speaking of good, is it fun?
Yeah, that's the question. Is it fun?
It's super fun. I love it.
I'd say so. Yeah.
It's my favorite. So.
Yeah, I think we all agree that this game is fun. We can't speak for the other versions.
No.
But I believe the Whale Riders version adds some sort of like special cards too, like some I don't know what they do. Never played that. But I think this being as simple as it is, it just works perfectly. And honestly, everyone we showed this to has had fun playing it. So that's
if you could find this version, good luck. But if you could find it, I would definitely pick it up.
Yeah, I don't know how
The
available it is.
chances that you find it are low.
Maybe if you're in Japan.
But you might be able to find another version. And even if you do have the Whale Riders version, you can just... It's still the same game, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the theme isn't quite as punchy or whatever, but, okay. So, yeah, well, we've determined that it's fun.
Yeah.
So, that brings us to a rating. Who would like to go first? On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think of this game? What would you give this a rating, Grace?
I give it an 8.8.
8.8. That's interesting. Okay, Missy, what about you?
I'm going to give it a 9.5.
A 9.5.
I told you, it's one of my very favorite games.
All right. I was going to go with an 8.5. Grayson somehow likes it 0.2% higher than me.
Well, maybe I don't like it as much. Maybe I just appreciate it. Appreciate it more as a game more than you.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so
I guess 8s are trending, but that's not even a number in the game.
no, they only go 3 through 7. Okay, well, cool. So as you can see, we really like this game. So this is an overwhelmingly positive review. I'd say, yeah, if you can find a copy, track it down.
But good luck.
Or I bet there's other versions out there.
There's other versions that are much more of it.
You might be able to find it somewhere. So yeah, well, that's gonna wrap up this review. Do you guys have anything else you want to say about being trendy?
That's not what I am.
No, I'm gonna say no either. But
okay. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.
Bye.